talking to a lens is weird. Let's talk about that more. Hi guys, Dan Debenham here. So, what we're talking about today, we're talking about talking to a lens. Vlogging, whatever that may be, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. So, I've only just started this channel out and I'm aware that it's not got a massive amount of subscribers, and it's also the videos have not got a huge amount of views. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this vlog. I've been making films for a long time, and I decided to do this vlog, and I looked at other people's vlogs and I thought, wow, you know, they're having holidays all over the place, they're jumping out of helicopters, they're riding jet skis everywhere they can do, they seem to just decide to fly from one side of a country to another without any thought or imagination as to how much that costs. How the heck do I get to do that? I'm never going to compete with that. Their life is way more interesting than what my life is. And then I thought to myself, well, actually no. My life is interesting to me, so maybe I should vlog about what I like, what I find interesting, what I find is exciting. And then maybe other people will find out that's exciting too. And I googled around to see if there was like a way of being successful and you know, doing this in a particular way. Is there an order of doing it? There is no 5-step plan to being successful as a YouTube vlogger. There isn't anywhere that says do this, do that, go to point C, do number 5 and you will be successful with thousands and millions of followers and lots of money, and you'll be jetting off all over the country making interesting videos, etc, etc. And I think that first point is probably one of the most important, is that don't go into this with a view to making millions of dollars or pounds or lira or whatever it is, euros, whatever you want, whatever you are, whatever you're doing. Because that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you love doing it. And whether that's you sat in your bedroom, whether it's you tidying the garage, whether it's you gardening, whether it's you talking about artwork, whether it's you talking about your dog, whatever that may be, whether it's you talking about coffee and chocolate, you know, you're reviewing coffee and chocolate, that's fine. It's interesting to you, and somebody else will find that interesting. Now, one of the stumbling blocks I had when I first started was, how do I talk to a piece of glass? How do I get that to the point where I don't feel awkward and I don't feel weird talking to a piece of glass? And it is weird talking to a piece of glass. And two of my friends, one of those is a Twitter guru who will be in a later video with me, and the other is an ex-radio DJ. They both said the same thing to me separately. They said, talk to the lens like you're talking to me. So that is the tip that I would give anybody who's starting out vlogging, would be, you're not talking to a piece of glass, you're not talking to a camera. I'm talking to my mate, I'm talking to my friend, I'm talking to my brother, I'm talking to my sister, whatever that is, my mum, my dad, whoever they are, whoever that person is for you, that's who you're talking to. You're not talking to a million people, you're not talking to loads and loads of people out there who are watching it, because they're not watching it all together. They're all watching it individually. They're all sat there on the phones or the computers or the laptops or their iPads or their tablets or whatever medium it is that they're watching it on. They're watching it individually. You've not got 30,000 subscribers all sat in a room watching it together on a big screen. So you don't need to address everybody as everybody. You address people as I'm talking to you now. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to you. And that is one of the biggest and best tips that I probably took away from my research when I started to do this vlog and how I started to do it. The other thing is you don't need $1 billion worth of equipment. Yes, I do have lighting. Yes, I do have a nice camera. Yes, I do have several nice cameras. Yes, I have microphones and stands and tripods and so on and so forth. And ordinarily in my vlogs I've got a light over here and I've got a light over there and I've got a light over there which is lighting my vlog up, which is lighting me up. And I'll do a vlog on that later at a later date. But you don't need all that. Take this vlog for instance. This is really quick. I didn't want it to be a long thing. I wanted it to be fairly short. This is just one light, top of the camera. It's a £50 aperture light, which I'm going to do a vlog on at a later date. Because it's just something that I have with me all the time. And that's just to light my face up. Yes, I'm using a different camera. Yes, I'm using a tripod and I've got a microphone above me to capture the sound. But you don't necessarily need all those things, all those components can be brought, all those components are in your mobile phone. And if you're sat in your bedroom, you're vlogging, you can do that on a mobile phone if you need to. All you need is a tripod, and you can pick one of those up for 20 quid. You don't need to spend thousands. All those things that you do spend money on, those thousands of pounds that you see these vloggers where they're doing wonderful things and they've got equipment coming out of their ears, they make the job easier. They don't make the job. You make the job. You are the person that does what you need to do. You are the person that has the story and is interesting because you are the story. So you're the interesting part of that. Having all the expensive equipment and the lenses and the cameras and so on and so forth, that makes the job easier, but it doesn't make it. It's not the job. Having a £50,000 red camera isn't instantly going to turn you into a cinematographer. You also need to know how to use all that equipment before you start using it. So that's another thing that I thought I took away from that, was that I don't need to go and spend $1 billion on gear. And actually I sold some stuff in order to some equipment that was film based in order to buy equipment like the stand for this camera. Specifically for vlogging, because I thought, well, I could do with that. I could do something that I can hold when I'm walking, etc, etc, etc. That's the other thing. Walking along and talking to a camera while people are passing you left and right. Yeah, that's weird. That is still weird. That is still very, very strange. And you do get some funny looks, and you do get people coming up to you going, "What are you doing?" But that's part of the story. If you get somebody coming up to you asking you what you're doing, include them in your vlog. Get them in your vlog. Get them saying something. Get them doing something. Include them. Get them in it, because that makes it interesting. That makes it's your life. It's a window into what you're doing. So that was it really. Basically, that was just all I wanted to say. Is that the one major tip I'd got was don't spend a lot of money, and try and remember that you are the story. And the other tip I've got was that if you're talking to the camera, when you're talking to the camera, you're not talking to a lens or a piece of glass and a bit of plastic and so on and so forth. You are talking to a friend. So if you like this vlog and you thought it was useful and it helped you out in any way, please do like and subscribe below. Leave me a comment if you've got any suggestions. That would be great, and I will respond as I always would. And I will see you next week.